It's down the road we go. We made it to a Friday.
Yes, we did.
One of the top 7 days of the week has to be Friday, I would have to say. Wouldn't you say, Steve?
And you know what? You stand up on your tippy toes.
You can see the weekend
There you go.
from here. It's the 16th day of March, 2018, and this is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, broadcasting live this morning from Studio 4. Here in downtown Wenatchee, I am Dan Kuntz, your host for the next hour. Steve Harrow, news director, my immediate left. Uriah, tall guy, blue hat, in control, sitting alongside 3M, who was job shadowing Uriah this morning.
Soon to be a TriCaster technician, huh?
That's the plan anyway. She's got talent. She'll be able to pull that off. And my guest today is Ramon Rivera. That's right. The Mariachi Northwest Festival is next week at the Town Toyota Center. So we're going to mix things up a little bit because Ramon is an educator and a darn good one, but he's got to be at Pioneer Middle School by like 7:50. So what we're going to do is the usual. What's that? I'm sorry?
We're going to switch things up a bit.
Yeah, we are. We're going to do our usual stuff that we're doing now. We're going to take our tour around the valley with our video cameras. We'll do the weather forecast. We'll do the past report. Steve will do the news, and then we'll take our break. And when we come back, we'll talk to Ramon first, instead of the last segment of the show, which is normally our guest interview with big-time local celebrities. We're going to bump that up a little bit so Ramon can get out of here and get to school on time, because the last thing you want to do is be tardy if you're a teacher.
No.
So, and then the second half of the show, we'll go ahead and do sports, and there's a lot of sports, and we'll do the obscure holiday and today in history and birthdays, and everyone is entitled to my nice opinion. It's all going to be a little bit later than you're used to. So, are we ready at 2 minutes after the hour to do this?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Check out the valley.
Around the valley we go with our Valley View cameras, and we begin, as always, with this view from the cross.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
A little bit of sunshine there.
It's starting to creep up. We got some clouds. They're not going to stick around very long today. Overcast held the heat in. It's 34 degrees, Steve. Yesterday at this time it was 30, so it's a little bit warmer today.
A little bit of a cloud insulation there.
A little bit. Sunrise is at 7:10 this morning, so we're still about 7 minutes away from that. Good morning, Wenatchee Valley. Thanks for starting your day with us. Camera 2, what are we doing? We're going to, that's the Manson Water Tower, I want to say. They got a couple of them. They're fairly close together, and both of them have cameras on them. So good morning, Manson.
Cross Lake.
Everybody getting ready to start growing them apples and cherries and pears and lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Good morning, Manson. I hope you have a great year up there growing that stuff. Huge agricultural area up there. Also good fishing. Those little lakes above Manson, that's good fishing up there. Roses and stuff. Go check that out.
It's a nice little community, Manson, isn't it?
It is. Camera 3. We're guessing as we go, of course. That is, that's Stamen Flats. I think that's Stamen Flats. It looks like Stamen Flats. Moved a little bit. The one thing I do know for sure is that that's the Columbia River.
Absolutely.
I can say that unequivocally, but I do believe that's the Stamen Flats camera. Good morning to you folks up there. And finally, camera 4 will take us to... That's jump off.
Let's jump off
What
ridge.
a great view that is. Isn't that just stunning? It really is. You can see.
There's Wenatchee in the background there.
Yep. You can. They're losing more and more snow. In fact, we're going to get to the point where if our technicians need to get up to the jump off ridge site, they'll be able to drive up there. This time of the year, they usually have to take a snowmobile.
In fact, you actually can start seeing some wildflowers starting to sprout.
Already?
Already.
Wow, I did not notice that. Good morning to Jump Off Ridge. Good to have you here on this Friday, 16th day of March, 2018. I am Dan Kuntz. Your weather forecast couldn't be much better. The National Weather Service, their word for it is typical. Yesterday's high was exactly normal. If we get to 56 today, Steve, exactly normal.
Whoa.
All of these temperatures, whoa, it's not 70.
Wait
No,
just
that's
a
not
minute
right.
here.
Let me run you, we have a slight graphical problem here. It's Friday, cut us some slack. The forecast that you see for today and tomorrow is fairly close. For the rest of the week, it's not going to be sunny and 70 degrees with the overnight low of 70 degrees. Trust me on that. 55, 56 sunshine today. Saturday, 55, 56 sunshine for St. Patty's Day. Sunday, sunshine, 55, 56. Monday, sunshine, 55, 56. That's what we're looking at. Overnight lows will be in the mid-30s. Very normal temperatures across the board. Nothing really crazy. Next chance of any kind of precipitation all the way to Thursday of next week. So there you go.
We had a little dry spell.
A little dry spell. Let's see if we have the mountain pass cameras since this show is off to a rip-roaring start. What do we got for the pass cameras? Let's take a look. That's what we got. All right, that's a live shot of I-90. No advisories, no restrictions. Roadway is bare and dry. Stevens Pass, no advisories, no restrictions. The roadway is bare and dry. There's a live shot of Stevens. And we go to Blewett Pass. No advisories, no restrictions. The roadway, though, has frost and ice in places. Outside of that, Steve, on Blewett, it is bare and dry. No problems at all in the mountain passes until Saturday night. Your forecast for Saturday night is calling for a couple of inches of snow. The plows will be able to stay ahead of that. 1 to 2 inches of snow tops on Saturday night. It's not really going to affect your commute if you're heading over the mountain passes. It'll be fine. Outside of that, it's going to be pretty dry. Nothing really exciting going on. In fact, if there's a word for the weather, maybe boring.
The dog days of winter, you
Dog
might
days
say.
of winter. It was such a beautiful afternoon yesterday. After I got off work, I went down to the park, Riverside Park, and sat on a park bench and read a book.
Nice day, wasn't it?
It was beautiful. Just
gorgeous.
sat out there and just enjoyed. And there were a lot of people on the trail, the Apple Capital Recreation Loop Trail, hopping, really busy. I'm looking around there. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I go, don't these people have jobs?
Well, I'm sure this weekend there'll be a lot of people out there on the trail.
Yeah. It's going to be a gorgeous weekend. Gorgeous weekend indeed. And good weather for the St. Patty's Day Parade.
And we got a whole bunch of stuff going on this weekend, too, here in the Valley.
If you haven't made your plans yet, don't, because Steve and I will go through all of the things that are going on St. Patty's Day weekend when we close out this show. That's going to be in about 54 minutes from now. In the meantime, in 1 minute, the news with Steve Hare. And there's a lot to get to. That's 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, live from Studio 5 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life channel.
How about having majestic mountains, a beautiful shoreline, and 26 acres of lush walking trails be the backdrop of your special event? Lake Wenatchee YMCA Camp has cabins, meeting spaces, and a lodge with a kitchen that will accommodate large gatherings. Our staff at Lake Wenatchee YMCA Camp will work with you to ensure that your wedding, retreat, class reunion, or birthday is amazing. Reserve your day today.
The all-new Yamaha Wolverine X4 offers 4 times the proven off-road capability, 4 times the comfort, and 4 times the confidence to deliver 4 times the excitement on your next outdoor adventure.
And now it's time for your local news update with Steve Hare.
Welcome back to our Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Again, I'm Steve Hare. Here's what's happening around the Northwest. First, from overnight, we had a brush fire that started last night in the Blue Grade Road area just north of East Wenatchee. It continues to burn this morning, according to dispatchers with the Rivercom Emergency Dispatch Center in Wenatchee. Fire was first reported last night at around 9:30. We don't know the cause. Douglas County Fire District 2 we're joined by Chelan County Fire District 1 crews who responded to the fire. It's burning in an area that apparently is difficult to access, so it's currently in a monitor status. In fact, they pulled back off that fire, and again, we're monitoring its activity overnight. No structures are threatened, so let's emphasize that. Firefighters were expected to resume work when it got lighter this morning, so they're out there this morning. Hopefully they can get that fire out. Also, State Representative Kerry Kandata claiming the legislature failed to adequately address the issue of school safety. He mentioned 2 bills that didn't get any traction on our recent, the 12th District program.
We had 2 very good school safety bills that we couldn't even really get the time of day on. Very disappointing. One was to provide additional resource officers at the schools to the tune of about $30 million. We put it in the original budget. Let's, there is a short-term and a long-term fix to this situation on these school shootings. And in the short term, I think defense is the best offense, is getting some defense in these schools. We tried to do that. We also put together an app. Representative Matt Manueller had a very good application that could have been used for students to communicate if there's a problem or if they see something, would allow them to report to the local police department kind of anonymously. It was a really great bill, didn't cost a lot of money, and I think these short-term fixes would have been very helpful.
Instead, Kandata said gun control took center stage in this session with passage of the bump stock ban measure.
Bottom line is that bill isn't really going to do anything for safety. Bump stocks are not that popular. They've never been used in a crime in the state of Washington that we're aware of, and they can be easily replicated and built in your own garage. So that was really supposedly the big safety bill. I don't think it created any safety at all. So I'm just sorry to say that on the school safety issue, very little happened, and that's not good.
And again, conduct a recap of the recently concluded session on the latest episode of the 12th District program that you can catch on demand on our website at ncwlife.com. Local organization Our Valley, Our Future was a big winner in the legislature. Adopted final supplemental operations budget. Now the budget includes $140,000 for the Our Valley, Our Future Community Development Initiative. The Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce's newly formed advocacy committee and the Port of Douglas County led the efforts to secure the funding in that supplemental budget. State Representative Mike Steele of Chelan successfully hung a floor amendment to include funding for the project in the House version of the budget, and Representative Condata then worked with budget negotiators to keep the funding in that final budget package. Meanwhile, plans are moving forward to build a $1.2 million household hazardous waste collection facility in Wenatchee. It's now fully funded thanks to the just passed supplemental budget. Recently approved budget contains the $550,000 needed to complete the project. Prior to the end of the session, though, Chelan County was prepared to move ahead with partial construction, but Commissioner Keith Gaynor said those plans now have changed.
Anyway, what we were going to open a bid for today was to just at least erect the shell, and so that the beams that have been in place, the metal beams, would be under cover, and then we could actually use that facility a little bit. But we canceled that bid because with this increased dollars that we'll have available now, we hope to be able to complete the facility.
And when it's completed, the 5,224 square foot steel building will include a loading dock and a covered drop-off area. The county's solid waste director, Brenda Blanchfield, said the new facility is slated to become operational in January of 2019. Also, Central Washington University officials have unveiled plans for expansion of campus recreation facilities and upgrades to Tomlinson Stadium. It'll include a new track and field facility featuring a lighted artificial turf infield for general recreation, intramural, and club sports. Tomlinson Stadium will also undergo its first major renovation since being constructed back in 1959. The athletic director for the university, Dennis Francois, said both are part of the first phase of the three-phase Wildcat Commons project.
The Wildcat Commons project demonstrates the university's unwavering commitment to being a nationally recognized leader in higher education, an intercollegiate athletic power, and a transformative economic driver for our region.
And so far, the $9 million has been committed from campus recreation and through private donations for the nearly $10.5 million effort. Now, the goal is for the entire project to be funded in time for scheduled groundbreaking in June. The university's Vice President for University Advancement, Scott Wade, also commented during the unveiling ceremony on Wednesday.
This $10.4 million game-changing initiative will provide a new track and field facility, a lighted artificial turf field for intramural and club sports, as well as artificial turf, lights, and other amenities at Tomlinson Stadium, which will now serve as the home of CW football, men's and women's rugby, and soccer.
Also today on the political front, there's now a hat in the ring to fill the upcoming vacancy for the Douglas County District Court Judge position. Longtime Douglas County Deputy Attorney, 56-year-old Eric Bigger. A water bill is filed with the Douglas County Commissioners to fill the temporary vacancy when retiring Judge Judith McCauley leaves the seat on May 1st. Douglas County Commissioners must appoint a new district judge to replace McCauley temporarily until that position goes up for regular election on November 6th. Bigger is also filed with the state to be put on the ballot as a judicial candidate. He graduated from Gonzaga in 1987, served as Douglas County Deputy Prosecutor from 1991 to 2014. Bigger said his experience in both district and superior court gives him the overall knowledge to sit as district court judge. Well, here's a view you don't normally see, courtesy of the Washington State Department of Transportation. An eye-in-the-sky view of SR 20, the North Cascades Highway, as it winds its way over the North Cascades. DOT crews will head out to the closed section between Mazama and Diablo on Monday to check the avalanche chutes and measure snow depth, and then begin that process of developing a plan to clear the Northern Cross after its winter closure. Also this weekend, packed with events and activities all over the region. Our own Megan McPherson provides the details of our weekly events calendar.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. My Girlfriend's Closet is an annual shopping experience hosted by nonprofit organization Junior Service League of Wenatchee. Each year, JSLW collects gently used clothing generously donated by the community to be sold in a boutique-like setting each spring. Proceeds from sales are distributed back into the community through local nonprofit organizations benefiting women and children. It's happening Friday through Sunday at Mission Village. From local community leaders to Oscar Award-winning actors, project founder Lisa Bradshaw has interviewed people from all walks of life who have thought-provoking and life-changing stories. Beginning March 19, in partnership with Toyota, Bradshaw launches a 7-state tour in search of people living Don't Wait lives. The mission of the tour is focusing on Don't Wait stories and, through these stories, inspiring people to revisit the nouns in their lives, the people, places, things, and ideas we sometimes give up along the way. The Don't Wait Project Tour launches this Friday at Pybus Market from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Wellness Place presents their annual Health and Wellness Fair from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday at Pybus. This is the ideal event for anyone who wants to learn more about healthy aging. Come for fitness and dance demonstrations, informative booths, and enjoy a performance by the Wenatchee Apple Airs, plus fitness demos from the YMCA, SAIL program, and Wenatchee School of Karate. Be sure to join the Sunny FM and Wenatchee Downtown Kiwanis Club for their 37th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade on Saturday at 7 p.m. Staging starts at 6:15 p.m. at the corner of Arundel Street and Mission Street. Floats, bands, cars, and groups are all welcome. The award ceremony will be held at Pybus Market at 8 p.m. Registration forms are available at the Sunny FM office, the WDA, and Pybus. Be there and be green. And finally, in honor of St. Patrick's Day, Wenatchee Irish Dance will be at Pybus Market Saturday at 7:40 p.m. after the parade. Wenatchee Irish Dance promises to deliver an acoustically crowd-pleasing dance performance that will have the audience clapping their hands and tapping their feet. For more information and other community events, visit ncwlife.com.
Those are but a few of the events that we have happening this weekend at the Wenatchee Valley. Dan and I will be joining you here near the top of the next hour so we can share with you some more events and programs. One final note here, a blast from the past. 65 years ago, 1953 was the date that this picture was taken. It's when 3 new generating units, new turbines, were placed in commercial operation at the Rock Island Dam. Here is PUD Commissioner L.J. Richardson calling the control room to inform them the first new unit is successfully operating and ready to deliver power. So that's kind of a historic photo there from Rock Island Dam, 1953.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it really is. Thank you to the Chelan County PUD for providing us with that shot.
And thank you for the Chelan County PUD for bringing me electricity to my very home.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of electricity. 2 items to get to before we take a quick commercial break. Number one, my guest, Ramon Rivera, will be in earlier than normal during our, if you're familiar with the show, as you well know, the guest interview segment. When I sit down with the...
You want me to leave now?
No, I want you to stay. I don't want you to go anywhere, Steve.
Okay.
The interview segment, which I just hammer difficult, hard questions to my guests on a regular basis until they're usually in tears. That's usually at the end of the show. Ramon has to teach, so he's going to be on earlier. He's going to be on in the next segment, Ramon Rivera, talking about the Mariachi Northwest Festival. And item number 2, next Wednesday, March 21st at 7 o'clock, we will be broadcasting live from the Wenatchee High School Large Group Instruction Room, what they call the LGI, and it's going to be an open forum for anybody who wants to participate about the Wenatchee School Bond. The voting is going to be coming up on Tuesday, April 24th, and on March 21st, next Wednesday at 7 o'clock, I will be moderating a discussion with some of the people who would like to see this thing passed. So there you go. It's a big thing. It's a $160 million bond to extensively renovate Wenatchee High School, which is 46 years old. Anything that's 46 years old, I think, needs a little bit of renovation anyway. So we'll talk, and that's going to be next Wednesday.
Speak for yourself.
What are you doing with the basketball?
I'm getting ready to follow the bouncing ball here.
How did your bracket do?
Pac-12
Yeah,
is
we're done.
out of the tournament.
Yeah.
One and done
Yeah.
for the first time in a long time.
Arizona got crushed by Buffalo last night by 20 points. So if you're, it's been a bad year for the Pac-12
It really
conference.
has been. Really has
I
been.
mean, not just basketball, but football. What do they go 1-8 in bowl games?
My team's still alive in the NIT, though.
Oh,
So.
there you go, the NIT. To find out who's the 69th best team in America, right?
Yeah.
20 minutes after the hour, we're going to take a quick break. And again, when we come back, Ramon Rivera, the director of Mariachi Wenatchee and the organizer of the Northwest Mariachi Festival, will be in our studio. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel. Give me my basketball.
I gotta tell you, I'm nervous. Selling your home, it's a big step.
Can we find the right buyer in this market?
Look at our website. When someone looks at your home, I can tell how ready they are to buy. See that number? The closer it is to 100, the closer they are to buying. So, I know who to zero in on.
So you have a secret weapon.
You mean, we have a secret weapon.
I like that. Oh, what do you think of the wallpaper?
I love that touch.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on unbaked. Who wants an unbaked pizza? You do. Because unbaked means unprocessed dough and unfrozen vegetables, all prepared fresh by us. So the difference between a pizza fresh from your oven and one pulled from a greasy delivery box? Unreal. The smell? Unbelievable. Leftovers? Unlikely. Home bake a large Papa's all meat with Canadian bacon, salami, pepperoni, Italian sausage, and ground beef. Just $12. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
The relationship between the lifetime warranty and our service department is our service department's award-winning, and they keep people's cars running for longer. I've had customers where they were waiting for their car to die, and it just wouldn't die because our service department was able to keep it running.
For longtime customers that are going to maybe have a new driver in the family in the next 4 or 5 years, the lifetime warranty is powerful. You're always going to have protection.
And we are back. My guest today is the happiest guy in the Wenatchee Valley, without question. Ramon Rivera has been on this show many, many times. I have never, in all the years I've known you, ever seen you in a bad mood, surly. You must.
I enjoy life.
I
enjoy life. There's nothing more important than life, and I get to play music all day. I have a beautiful family. I love the Wenatchee Valley, so why not? It's always something to smile about.
There's a lesson to be learned for you people out there who go through life going, this guy knows how to do it. How are you, Ramon?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be on your show again. I always appreciate you always promoting our program and promoting the kids. That's the most important part, is that you're promoting the kids, and that's what this channel is all about, is promoting the Wenatchee Valley. And what's more important than having our mariachi program at the forefront, you know, especially this year. It's been an amazing year.
The last time I saw you, you just got back from your trip to Washington, D.C. Are the kids still riding a little bit of a high from that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there isn't a day that they go by, they're like, we were watching TV and we saw the White House, or we saw the Congress, and we saw Speaker Ryan on TV, and we're like, we met that guy. I was telling my family, we met this guy, and we went to the green room, the red room, and you know, it was just, it's so cool that they have that humongous opportunity.
A week from today, it is the 20th, you told me?
The 20th.
20th Mariachi
yes, we're
Northwest
celebrating
Festival.
20 years of having this mariachi festival in our valley. And this year we're going to be honoring the original teacher of Mariachi Wenatchee, Mark Fogelquist, is coming.
Oh, good.
And his wife, Ina, and we're flying them in, and we're going to be honoring him for starting the festival 20 years ago, and see how the program has grown. And me and him are friends, so we talk a lot, but I'm excited that he's going to be here for the 20th to celebrate 20 years of mariachi music in our valley.
He's going to be amazed about the growth of the program of Mariachi Wenatchee and the festival.
And the festival too. I mean, to have it, we used to just have it at the high school. For like about the 18 years of it, but in the last 2 years we've been able to expand it to have it as a major event at the arena. The hardest part is filling up that arena.
Well, let's see what we can do to sell
well,
free
I know
tickets.
we could do it. We could do it. Last year we had close to 1,600 people, which is good for a mariachi event. My goal is always to get 1,500 to 2,000 people, and we do it, and the community is so supportive. Because what I like about mariachi music is for everybody. It's not just for the Latino community, it's for everybody, and everyone enjoys it. And who doesn't like Mexican music and Mexican food?
Yeah, that's a good combination.
You can't beat that.
No,
right?
you can't. You can't.
Who doesn't like Mexican food?
That's
I
true.
know you love tacos.
I love Mexican food. Sometimes it doesn't love me, but that's another story altogether. You mentioned it's about the kids. Let's play that first promo that you brought along with you, the one that you shot in your mariachi room.
Yeah.
What are the folks at home about ready to see?
Well, we're going to show the kids promoting it, because this event is about, we have about 400 kids that are learning from the professional group, which is Mariachi Sol de Mexico, that we're flying from Los Angeles. So the kids get to work with the pros, sort of like the Wenatchee Jazz Festival.
Exact same thing,
and
yeah.
the same exact thing, but that's my favorite part about it, is that the kids get to work with the best musicians and the best teachers in the world, and they come here to Wenatchee, and we use every inch of the Toyota Center to do workshops. So in violin, guitar, trumpet, vihuela, and voice, and harp. So it's just a beautiful thing.
It's a good little video. Ramon, you go ahead and use the monitor here in Studio 4. For you folks at home, please use your televisions. Here it is.
Join us at the 20th Annual Mariachi Northwest Festival, March 23rd at the Town Toyota Center. Come and celebrate 20 years of sharing Latino culture and the beauty of mariachi music. We're excited to welcome Mariachi Sol de Mexico de José Hernández as our headliner, as well as Bailadores de Bronce. And of course, Mariachi Wenatchee. Children 12 and under are free, so bring the whole family.
This is the biggest mariachi party of the year, so don't miss it.
Viva Mariachi! Viva!
Make sure you don't miss the Mariachi Northwest Festival, March 23rd. See you there.
The acts, these are big names. How did you book them?
Well,
how did you get them?
Well, together with Town Toyota Center and Mark Miller and that whole crew, they approached me about 3 years ago, and they're like, why aren't you having this event at the Town Toyota Center? I said, well, I'm worried about filling up the arena. And so we built a partnership with them, and they said, let's do it. So the first year we had about 1,000 people, and we were so excited because it scares you when you have a 3,000 seat, 4,000 seat arena and you can't fill it, but 1,000 people were really good. So ever since that, the Town Toyota Center and us, we co-sponsor the event. And so, which is really neat, because we're gonna have Bailadores de Bronce, which is a folklorico group from Seattle, and they're a professional dance group, because there's also a dance thing on there, especially with
very
the girl
rhythmic
with that
thing.
beautiful dress right here. Love it. Anyway, we're bringing Mariachi Sol de Mexico, which is the first group that they brought 20 years ago too, which is, they're amazing. They perform all over the world, and they have many hit records. And when you talk about the Mecca of mariachi, they're probably in the top 3 mariachi groups in the world right now, and so we're very lucky to have them. Last year, they performed last year, and they blew the audience away. I mean, it's, if you want to really hear really good mariachi music, you should hear Mariachi Sol de Mexico. And also opening the show is our world famous Mariachi Wenatchee. So we're just excited to put this show. And the other thing we're giving away is we're giving away scholarships. We're giving away $25,000 in scholarships, and our sponsor this year is Central Washington University.
Kudos to them.
And they are behind this event 100%. They're really pushing their Wenatchee campus, because they believe that a lot of people could go to their campus, they just don't know about it. And so they're going to be there, and we're excited that Central Washington University is giving away 2 $5,000 scholarships to participate in the festival. I mean, besides learning the violin, you could leave the festival with a scholarship of $5,000. I can't believe it.
That's incredible.
Yes.
This starts at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
On Saturday. Again,
Friday.
On Friday. Not today, but a week from today.
Yes.
9 a.m. all day long. Is there? Yeah. So there's student workshops, and then.
So we're very there's a different so. All the buses come at 8:30 from all the different schools, but we have schools that are coming from Mount Vernon, from Seattle, from Vancouver, from
Walla Walla, yeah.
Spokane, and because mariachi's capital of the Northwest is Wenatchee, so all of them come and they want to learn from the best, which is Mariachi Sol de Mexico. What's really cool is that they have the band plays the songs that they're going to learn. They're going to learn, they have a beginner, intermediate, and advanced workshop, and the students can choose a level, and they get to work with the professionals, and at the end, we get to play those songs on the stage at the Town Toyota Center, and that's my favorite part, when all of them come together and do that. But also, we also are pushing higher education, so they're going to get, Central's going to do a workshop about higher ed, Eastern Washington University, and one of our biggest sponsors this year is the Chelan PUD. The PUD is talking about careers in the PUD, and so what's really neat is that the kids get pulled out and get to work in small groups with the PUD and talk about career opportunities. So we're using music, career opportunities in higher ed. I mean, it's a good match, and having this in our community, so it's just a beautiful thing.
And then Friday night, the concert proper.
Friday night is the biggest fiesta party there is, and that's at 7:30 at the Town Toyota Center. Tickets are on sale now at the towntoyotacenter.com or the box office, and or at Ariana's Bakery. And what's really cool about the concert is that first we have Mariachi Wenatchee open the show, then we have Los Bailadores de Bronce is going to do a dance group, but then that evening we're going to be honoring Mr. Mark Fogelquist, who started the festival, and we're going to give away the scholarships to some lucky kid, because we're giving 2 $5,000 scholarships to Central Washington University, 1 $6,000 scholarship to Eastern Washington University, 2 $500 scholarships to Wenatchee Valley College, and we have a Melissa Hernandez scholarship, a memorial scholarship to honor Melissa Hernandez and her hard work with this festival. So, and then at the end of the show, we're going to have the world famous Mariachi Sol de Mexico. It's a great event. We invite the whole family. You can buy your tickets at towntoyotacenter.com, or you could visit our website, mariachinorthwestfestival.com, and Facebook and Instagram and all that good stuff. But I'm just excited, and what's great, kids are free. So kids under 12 are free, so the adults have to pay. The kids, well, and this is what it's about. It's about the kids. Yeah. And this whole event, I mean, we put this together with our committee that we have and the kids, is because we really want this art form to stay alive, because they're playing music that's 100 years old, sort of like the Jazz Festival. The Jazz Festival, they keep this art form of jazz still alive. Our goal is to keep this art form of music still alive.
And you have a bunch of kids who have gone through the Mariachi Hanachi system. They have graduated from Wenatchee High School, and they've moved on to college, and they used the Mariachi Hanachi program as a stepping stone to bigger and greater things. It gives them confidence, and it gives them
cultural pride, self-esteem, leadership, stuff that you can't measure in a test. I mean, it's something really exciting that kids, I mean, we have one graduate, her name is Lori Basan. One more year, she'll be a doctor. Yeah. She was president of Mariachi. Fantastic. She's going to be a physician, you know, and she's already going. You come to my ceremony, right? Yeah, you know. So it's just it's going to be, it's very touching to see these kids become leaders because they learned a violin or trumpet, and you know, they always show you kids that are in a music program do better in school. Yeah. They're connected to school. They need positive outlets. Yeah. That's what
the bottom line is. If you play a musical instrument, period, it doesn't really matter what it is. You don't even have to be good at it. Yeah. You're a more well-rounded person. You have a tendency to be a smarter person.
Yes.
So
you do.
Maybe I should take up the spoons. We have another video. The next video is going to tease the concert itself, the big event, 1 week from today. So, Ramon, once again, I'm going to ask you to use the monitor here, of course, in the studio, and for you folks at home, please use your TVs. Here it is. Again, tickets are on sale right now at the Town Toyota Center. You can go to the Town Toyota Center box office. I believe they opened at 9.
Yeah, 9
If you want to go there in
yes.
person, you can go online to buy them.
Or the day of.
Yep, or the day of.
you
The
can
day
go.
of. But here, two more things before we go anywhere. You mentioned the great mariachi music with the big concert and these big names. Food, I need the food. If I'm going, somebody needs to feed me.
They're going to have Mexican food on sale at the festival. So you want Mexican food, you want mariachi festival. I mean, you can't, mariachi music, you can't beat it.
Yeah.
You can't beat it. It's going to be a great event. 7:30, March 23rd. 7 days from now, we're going to have the biggest fiesta right here in Wenatchee.
Before we cut Ramon loose, you got to tell our viewers the St. Patty's Day story. You guys will be performing tomorrow night, right?
Yeah. I mean,
this is a great story.
Every year they invite us, and they always call like the 5 o'clock on a Friday right before the parade starts. And this last year or 2 years ago, I can't remember, but that we won best band in the parade, and I had a trophy almost as tall as you. It was the biggest trophy ever. And it's in my classroom. Out of all the awards, of all the ones we've won, it says best band, I don't know, 2000 something, and it's huge. And everyone goes, wow, you won the biggest parade thing. It's the biggest trophy I have. I love it. So this Saturday, 7 o'clock or 7-ish,
yeah.
and then there's an award ceremony at 8 o'clock ishes. So I really like it. I hope Charlie Sheen comes, or who's the next person?
Whoever the Grand Marshal has never
President
showed
Obama,
up.
they always have somebody that's
They've never arrived.
They never arrive.
Ramon, it's wonderful to see you, my friend, always.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you for having us. See the Mariachi Festival, March 23rd, 7:30 at Town Toyota Center. It's going to be a great event.
Go teach some kids. I know you got to
kids
take
are
up.
waiting.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, all the stuff that you would normally see just a little bit later. We got sports to get to, the obscure holiday today and history birthdays, and everyone is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion. Get your tickets and plan on it 1 week from tonight. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live from Studio 7 in downtown Wenatchee. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is State Representative Kerry Condata inviting you to check out our newest show on the NCW Life channel. We call it the 12th District. Each week we'll be taking an in-depth look at various political issues that affect our area, our state, and the world. We'll be featuring local and statewide experts on the subject matter at hand. Please join us weekly for the 12th District with yours truly, Kerry Condata. Check your channel guide for times or go to ncwlife.com for details.
The Arbiter of Stoke is a series that highlights a variety of outdoor adventure sports that are available in the Pacific Northwest. I dedicate my time to enjoying this natural playground. The decision is yours. How will you keep your Stoke?
These 38 minutes after the hour, still recovering from Ramon's visit. He's just a whirlwind of funness. Before we get to the sports report, let's do the weather forecast one more time because we had some graphical issues, but this is the real weather forecast, so I don't have to do it to you verbally. You can actually see it from a visual standpoint. There is your weather forecast. Absolutely zero complaints at all. Sunny and nice. These afternoon high temperatures in the mid-50s are almost exactly normal for this time of the year, and the overnight lows in the mid-30s are almost exactly normal for this time of the year. So there's your weather forecast. Go out and enjoy this weekend, and we're going to wrap up this program with all the weekend events, and there's a lot of them. In the meantime, let's do sports. Let's take a look at the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard from yesterday in tennis. The Wenatchee Panthers, no problems at all with Sunnyside at the rack. 7-0 sweeps for both the boys and the girls. The Chelan boys edge Pateris 3-2. We didn't get a girls score, by the way. The Lake Roosevelt boys shut out Antioch 4-0 in tennis, and the Tiger girls earned a 2-1 victory over the Raiders. In a wild, high-scoring affair in Dryden yesterday, Cascade held on to beat Wenatchee 14-13 in girls fast-pitch softball. Now to the soccer pitch. Yesterday, again, the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard, Okanagan Blake Manson 2-0. Brewster shut out Kashmir 4-0. Cascade got by Quincy on the road 4-1. Now we'll begin the rundown of a very busy weekend in prep with the baseball schedule. Today, Waterville-Mansfield is at Soap Lake doubleheader. That starts at 3:30. Wenatchee will host Sumner tonight at 6. at Historic Recreation Park. Tomorrow features 3 doubleheaders. Manson will host Lake Roosevelt. Natchez Valley is at Kashmir. Chelan hosting Okanagan, all beginning at 11 a.m. Eastmont will host 2 teams in a doubleheader, a 1 p.m. game against Sumner, followed by a nightcap against Richland at 4. The Bombers will head to Dan White Field after they played the Panthers at Rec Park at 1. 1 o'clock is also the start time for Cascades game at LaSalle. So that's baseball. To the softball diamonds we go. Here's your schedule. Waterville-Mansfield has a twin bill in Soap Lake today beginning at 3:30. Cascade hosts Linden Christian, a single game at 4. Wenatchee will host Sumner tonight at 6. Saturday schedule. There's a lot of sports here in there. Starts at 11 a.m. with Chelan hosting Linden Christian. Lake Roosevelt is at Manson for the first of 2 at 11. Chelan hosts Kittitas at 1 o'clock, and Eastmont will take on Curtis at Sterling starting at 3. In high school soccer this weekend, Eastmont has a non-league tilt tonight at Wildcat Stadium. Gonzaga Prep is in town. That's a 7 o'clock start. 7 o'clock is also when Wenatchee will kick off at the always tough Sunnyside Grizzlies. Only 1 game on the schedule tomorrow. Cascade will travel to Kings for a 1 o'clock game. Now, let's play golf. 10 teams will participate in the Wenatchee Valley Girls Golf Championships today at the Highlander. Tee time 1 o'clock. On the tennis courts this weekend, Wenatchee is hosting Eastmont, University, Gonzaga Prep, and Seattle Prep. An early season tournament at the Rack that begins at 9 a.m. today and tomorrow. Also Saturday, Chelan hosts Ephrata. Cashmere is on the road at East Valley of Yakima. In track tomorrow, the Wenatchee Panther team is in Yakima for the Papa Wells Invite that begins at 10 a.m. And it seems like it's been forever because it has been forever. But the Wenatchee Wild finally returned to the ice. It is game 1 of the best of 7 BCHL semifinals tonight at the Cal Tire Place in Vernon, BC. The puck will drop at 7, and then at 6 o'clock tomorrow night in game 2. The series shifts to Wenatchee for games 3 and 4 early next week. Now, during the regular season, the 2 teams split their 6 games. Wenatchee went 2-1 at home. The Vipers went 2-1 at their place. In the 6 meetings, Vernon outscored the Wild by a total of 17-12. This is going to be a great series. Probably will go all 7 games. And a game of sticks and nets will be center stage tonight. Looking forward to this. We're going to bring you high school boys lacrosse live from Leiboftel Field at the Apple Bowl at 7 o'clock. Eric Granstrom and Rod Higley will have your play-by-play. The Wenatchee Valley Thunder start their season against Southridge. If you want to get there a little early, by the way, to watch in person, the Wenatchee JV will take on Gonzaga Prep in the first game. Here's what we have on tap for our sports broadcast this weekend. There's a lot. Wenatchee's Game 2 and Game 3 hockey games versus Merritt. By the way, both victories will be at tomorrow at 2 and 7. On Sunday, we'll begin with the Eastmont West Valley baseball at noon, followed by Wenatchee Issaquah lacrosse at 2. At 5, it's game 1 of a doubleheader between Wenatchee and Eastmont. Game 2 will follow at 7. And here's on what's on tap for sporting events this weekend. The Wenatchee Figure Skating Club's annual Winter Ice Gala is tonight at the Town Toyota Center. 6 o'clock, the North Central Washington Volleyball Club. They're hosting their annual Fire and Rain tournament for under 14 teams from throughout the state. That is tomorrow. It starts at 8 a.m. Goes to 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Mission Ridge Ski and Snowboard Resort is the place for some fun. It's the 18th annual Dummy Downhill. The antics begin at 4. It's going to be a gorgeous day up there at the Ridge. Well, basketball. Gonzaga just barely advanced to the second round of the NCAA tournament. Barely. They got it done, though. The Bulldogs shot miserably from the field, and the free throw line for that matter. But they led at 9 at the break, and then UNC Greensboro came all the way back, took the lead with just under a minute to go, and then Josh Perkins drained a bucket from the top of the key with 51 seconds left. That tied it at 64. Zach Norvell drained a 3 from the right side with 21 seconds left. That gave the Bulldogs a 3-point lead. Gonzaga would survive and advance 68-64. The final, they will play Ohio State Saturday at 4:45 on CBS. Other scores from the first round of the Big Dance. Tons of people had their brackets busted yesterday. Number 13, Buffalo, all over Arizona. That's not a typo. 89-68. Wow. Number 11, Loyola of Chicago down to Miami. 64-62. The rest of the first round will be played today. Taylor Matter's grand slam home run capped a 6-run third inning. The Mariners beat Oakland 6-2 yesterday in Mesa, Arizona. Matter also slapped a double as he raised his Cactus League batting average to .326. Ariel Miranda pitched 4 innings, a 5-hit 2-run ball, 4 strikeouts, and he earned the victory. The Mariners will take on Texas in Surprise, Arizona. 44 minutes after the hour. I got to take a breather. Let's do the obscure holiday today. It is March 16th, and it is always Everything You Do is Right Day. That's right. Everything you do just might be the most perfect day in the world because everything you do today will be right. No mistakes. As Charlie Rich once sang, life has its little ups and downs. Today, it's all going to be ups. No bad days today. Everything you do will be right today. And if it isn't, try again tomorrow. 44 minutes after the hour. We got today in history. 2 items to get to. Both of them automobile related. March 16th, 1958, 60 years ago today, the Ford Motor Company produced its 50 millionth automobile. And there it is, their 50 millionth automobile rolled off the assembly line on this date 60 years ago. It is a Thunderbird, as you can see. Since the company started by Henry Ford, they averaged about 1 million cars a year. That's a lot of cars. But you know what? General Motors was not going to be outdone, because just 10 years later, 50 years ago today, the 100th million General Motors car rolled off the assembly line. It was the Oldsmobile Toronado. They probably could have done better. I mean, the one thing you got to give Ford this, their 50 millionth car was the Thunderbird, an American classic. General Motors' 100 millionth automobile was the Oldsmobile Toronado, which is not an American classic, but it rolled off the assembly lines on this date 50 years ago today. And at 46 minutes after the hour, we finally have our birthday to get to. One birthday, but it is a big one. The father of the Constitution, the man who wrote the Constitution, the man who promoted the Constitution, the man who did everything in his power, in his sweat, in his blood, in his tears to get this Constitution passed. He said, no Constitution, no country. We need an instruction manual on how we're going to go about our business and how we're going to treat the citizens of the United States of America. And that man was James Madison, the 4th president of the United States, born in the state in 1751, passed away in 1836 at the age of 85. Like almost all of the founding fathers, they lived to a ripe old age. Remarkable. Fun facts about James Madison, besides the fact that he wrote the Constitution, he drafted it for the most part, and the Bill of Rights, and then was the lead negotiator to get this thing passed. He was only 5 foot 4 inches tall, so he was our shortest president by far. Both of James Madison's vice presidents died in office. That probably wasn't a gig that you wanted to have. George Clinton, he kicked the bucket in 1812. He was replaced by Elbridge Gerry. Elbridge Gerry is the gentleman who we get the word gerrymandering from. Both of James Madison's vice presidents died in office. And he was, and it seems this is very fitting, considering he was the guy who wrote the Constitution and got the Constitution passed essentially on his own volition, and the Bill of Rights. He was the last surviving signer of the United States Constitution. There you go. James Madison, one of my favorites. 47 minutes after the hour, going to take a break. When we come back, everyone is entitled to Mike Magnotti's opinion. It's a brand new one. You've never seen it. And then Steve Harris will rejoin me. We'll talk about all the weekend events and get your weekend going the right way, which is the NCW Life channel way, assuming we have one. We'll be right back in about 5 minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
If you're stuck trying to find the perfect beer for you, look no further than Badger Mountain Brewing. We specialize in creating tantalizing craft beers that will soothe any picky taste buds and will satisfy your cravings. Check out everything from our amazing honey blonde that will appease even the most finicky taster, or a delicious frothy stout for dark beer lovers. Experience them all at Badger Mountain Brewing.
We're here to celebrate every season with award-winning dining, full-service spa, and 170 waterfront guest rooms. Come experience our tradition of hospitality at Campbells Resort on Lake Chelan.
Hello, Wenatchee Valley. Christian Shaman here with Bay Equity Home Loans.
Make your dream of building your own home a reality today. Bay Equity Home Loans has teamed up with Real Homes to make building your new home a smooth process. Bay Equity Home Loans of Wenatchee offers new construction loans, FHA 3.5% down, and VA 100% construction loans.
Stop on by or give us a call today.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I've told you about this Amazon Echo thing that I have in my house that my wife and I got. This thing echoes and answers when I talk to it. Well, some of my friends have advised me, they've warned me, don't get this thing because they say that all this Echo Alexa thing is a tool for the government to eavesdrop. Those folks say the CIA or whoever is hacking into our Echoes, our droids, and our iPhones and listening to everything we say. Well, I say that if the government really wants to hear Rosie and I argue about whose turn it is to thaw out some identifiable freezer bag for dinner, well, they're more than welcome to listen if they want to. Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Hi, Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. When you think of Alpine Air in Wenatchee, think of professional, friendly customer service for all your heating and cooling needs. Alpine Air partners with Carrier, manufacturers of some of the best heating and air conditioning equipment available today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Visit our store in Wenatchee, meet our people, see our shop. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Hi, I'm Blair from Worx, your workout prescription. Have you ever started an exercise program and struggled to keep it going? So what if I told you that with this MyZone device, I could increase your chances of self-motivated exercise adherence by over 200%. Combine that with an exercise prescription specifically for your level of readiness, we'll increase it even more. And that's our new member success system. It's $99. It's exclusively at Worx. It includes your MyZone belt. Worx, yourworkoutrx.com.
I'm Jenny Rojanasatian, and this is Guada TV. Every week we will be bringing you a first look at North Central Washington business, tech, and education news. You'll hear from local influencers and innovators who live right here in the Valley. Together we'll discuss hot topics, current events, and resources that can support your business, our schools, and this community. Join me every week, and let's get inspired.
We should have.
And we are back. We have about 7 minutes left on this Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan Kuntz, Steve Harrow, news director, is back. Isn't that just gorgeous?
Good.
Just
gosh.
a beautiful day today.
Just stunning.
Isn't it? I'm looking at a brick wall, so what do I know? We're going to wrap up this Friday show and this week of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, but giving you an idea of what's going on this weekend. We had 3M put together a list. She's the calendar gal.
Yeah.
We love our calendar gal. This is the list. I don't even know where to begin.
Well, one of the things I don't want to miss this weekend is taking place up at Mission Ridge, and as I understand, it's like you've got Jerry Mahoney versus Mortimer Snerd. They call it a dummy downhill, right?
They set up a big ramp, and they go up about a couple hundred yards, and it's right down by the lodge, so everybody can just sit there and watch this. And they basically, the dummies are on sleds. And they let them go, and they let gravity do the thing, and they go up in the air, and then they fall down, and they bust up in a million pieces.
I'm kind of interested to see if Frosty the Snowman wins again this year.
Is it true that he was a happy, jolly soul?
I heard that.
So he and Ramon are probably best friends.
But that was the champ last year.
Was it really?
Yeah, Frosty the Snowman.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know our very own Jay Seebeck, one of our top content producers, one of our content producers anyway. He went up there last year,
He
filmed
did
it,
last
and
year,
he had
yeah.
a ball. He had a really good time.
I was talking to Tony Hickok up there, the publicist for Missionary Skiing Board Resort, and he told me that they're going to make some effort to videotape that big event this weekend. So hopefully
we have
get
so
some
much going on. We're spread thin. I personally am going to bring one of our cameras to the St. Patty's Day Parade, the world's shortest St. Patty's Day Parade. That's going to be
Make sure
tomorrow.
you have enough battery life in your
Yes,
camera.
I
for
will.
that.
That's tomorrow at 7-ish, and you know where it begins at the corner of Mission and Orondo, goes right down the brick part of Orondo Avenue. Then it's done. Cashmere has their St. Patty's Day parade as well tomorrow. Still today at 4 o'clock this afternoon, the Don't Wait Project launch event happens at the Pybus Public Market. Lisa Bradshaw is going to take her long road trip. She's going to be on the road for about 6 weeks with her little camper on the Don't Wait Project. We'll have a crew down there for that. Can't forget about that. Speaking of the Pybus, they also have the Wellness Fair going on this weekend. It starts at 9 o'clock tomorrow. It's all designed for seniors who want to live as long and as healthy as they possibly can. There's a way you can do it. It's not a big secret, and they're going to help you out. Wellness Place is putting that on, and that begins tomorrow at 9 a.m. at the Pybus, which is going to be hopping this weekend anyway. The trail's going to be hopping. What else we got going on?
Oh my gosh, folks, I'll tell you what, we have some talented high school kids here, so if you have any opportunity at all, hey, support our high school theatrical productions. Eastmont has Little Women. Wenatchee High School's production of The Wedding Singer is
and they're both
weekend as well.
musicals, and they're both really good.
And tickets are still available for both.
That's this weekend, both tonight and tomorrow. And I believe there's a matinee for the Wenatchee one. I don't know if Eastmont has a matinee, but I know Wenatchee's has a matinee as well. What else you got on your list?
Boy, oh boy, we got so much stuff going on here.
I don't know where to
St.
begin.
Patty's Day Parade Awards Ceremony. We've got, we've got a big horse competition going on up at Appalachia this weekend. It's the Washington State High School Equestrian Team District 1 meet. That's
a big
always
event.
a very
Huge
popular event.
Also, my girlfriend's closet. We can't forget about that. That's the Junior Service League. Big
Your
fundraiser.
girlfriend's closet? What's going on? I mean,
my girlfriend's closet is going on this weekend. And for more information on that, you can go to our website. In fact, if you go to our website while we're talking about it, because there's just too much to talk about. It just really is. If you go to our website, ncwlife.com, and you go to the calendar part of it, two things you need to know. Number one, if you have an event coming up, you can submit it to us. It has to be an event. It can't be like I'm having a garage sale kind of a thing. We're not going to put that on there. But you can submit an event, number one, and 3M will take care of you. But the other thing is the list of everything that's going on, both today, tomorrow the 17th, and Sunday the 18th, is all there for you to look at. That's
right.
And every one of those events has a link. So you say, hey, I might be interested in, say, the Wayne Kelly Memorial Top Dog Parade going on in Chelan on Saturday. Click on that little icon on the deal, and it takes you right to what you need to know.
it's a veritable cornucopia of information, ncwlife.com. By the way, folks, if you see news happening out there, let us know about it on our hotline at 66, what is it? No, it's 888-6295. That's it. I'll get it right.
What are you going to do this weekend?
Well, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on this weekend. I thought I might head up to the dummy downhill.
It's a lot of fun.
I think
it
that'd
really
be a lot
is.
of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
There's also basketball on tap this weekend.
Yeah, there's lots
I've
of
got
basketball going on, of course. The big dance. By the time we go back to work on Monday, we'll be down to just the Sweet 16. You know, but the weekend is...
You still have any tickets? Oh, or is that over?
What's that?
The All-Star game. The Lions.
Yeah, I still got some. If you want to go to the All-Star, we forgot about that. The high school All-Star game, the best senior high school basketball players, girls and boys, in North Central Washington will be gathering in one spot, and that is Eastmont High School's gymnasium tomorrow at 7 o'clock, and I still got tickets for that. So go to our Facebook page and private message us, and just let me know, give me an idea of how to get a hold of you, and I'll get you some tickets. So anyway.
Sure like to close out today with some pictures of our valley.
Well, let's do, before we do that, real quickly, this is your weather forecast one more time, because this is a gorgeous weather forecast. No excuse not to go outside and enjoy this weather. None whatsoever. It's just going to be great. What?
I thought it was going to be 70 all the way around.
Well, that was what we call a faux pas. So there's your weather forecast. It's just going to be a drop-dead gorgeous weekend. You want to go around the valley one more
I'd
time
love
with
to
cameras?
see some pictures of the valley.
Let's
right
see what
now.
Uriah and 3M have come up with. Let's see what we got here. Throw something up on the screen, guys.
The PTZs. Here we go.
There we go.
Look at that. Look at that shot from
Soap
looking down on
Lake is a
Wenatchee Heights.
beautiful area, isn't it? Oh, I'm sorry, that's Wenatchee. Good morning, Wenatchee.
Sun-dappled hills in the background.
Dapples.
That is
What do we got?
beautiful.
What's our next one? What do we got?
Pull up another one here.
That's back to the Manson Water Tower.
Boy, what a difference an hour makes, huh?
It does. It does. I still don't like daylight saving time.
yeah.
Camera number 3 is Stamen Flats again. And we're running out of time. Let's go to camera 4 one more time. Back to Jump Off Ridge. a phenomenal view.
Thank you,
Programming
Sky
reminder.
5.
Thank you, guys. We have live lacrosse tonight, 7 o'clock, leave off to the field at the Apple Bowl. Rod Higley and Eric Granstrom. Live lacrosse, Wenatchee Valley Thunder. Watch it right here on the NCW Life channel. And don't forget, next Wednesday, the 21st, the live forum with me as the moderator at the Wenatchee High School Large Group Instruction. And we'll give you everything you need to know about the upcoming school bond election. Steve, have yourself a great weekend.
You too. Have a good one.
Go Gonzaga. We'll see you Monday. Take care. Bye-bye. Ooh, jeez.